So these lessons are going to introduce us to the idea of storage. We already learned about what input is, the information we put in, the output that the app gives back to us, and how it's kind of thinking about it or going through the information, and that's its processing. But I want you to think about the information as we put in, what would be considered storage information, stuff that it would hold on to. So we're going to click on run, and this is called the outfit picker. So it says, what's your favorite color? I'm going to go with green. What season is it? I'm going to go with autumn. And what is the weather like today? It's a bit cloudy. So when I do that, it'll generate an outfit. And this is the outfit that it gives me right over here. So it gives me a green shirt because that's my favorite color. It matches the favorite color to the shirt. If it's raining or it's cloudy, it's going to say then carry an umbrella. So it gives me a little umbrella. And then if it's autumn or winter, it then gives me long pants. So there's the if-then statements for the processing, and it gives me this little outfit to work with right over here. So that's kind of cool. Now, you have to think about those, like which of these things would be changing regularly? Which ones wouldn't, right? Because if an app can be more efficient by just storing the information, we don't have to put it in every single time. So out of all these things I want you to think about in terms of your favorite color, the season, and the weather, which things would regularly change and which ones wouldn't? So hopefully you agree with me that the season and the weather is going to be something that's going to change. So it may want to ask me that every single time, but in terms of favorite color, that really shouldn't change too often. So it might make sense for the app to hold on to that one before it changes it. Our next app is going to be Friend Finder. So I click on run so it will work. And by the way, if you click on code, let's go to reset. If you have code right over here, you hover over it, it will kind of say the X and Y axis and it will say what the name of the button is and everything, which is kind of cool. Design will show you what it looks like and you can actually move it around if you wanted to. I'm not going to recommend that necessarily because it may not work as well. And then data over here shows you all of the stuff that's going on there. So let's go back to the beginning. We'll click on run, hit reset. Okay, so let's start with this one. Run. Friend Finder. The input list right over here is we have a friend list. So this tells me all of my friends that I have right here on here. If I go back, it says friend requests and I have new friends so I can add them. I'm just going to add one right now. So I'll just add one and I'll go back. Now Friend Finder, if I click on that, find friends, it will show me all the different people where they are right now, which is a cool idea. And I can go back actually. I can go to my friend request. I can add another one. Go back here, find my friends, and now it shows them all right here. So the processing right here is if this person is a friend, then find their location. Well, there they are. So in theory, the storage aspect, remember we're thinking about that, which is going to store. Ideally, the friends aren't going to change too often. So if these are going to be my friends, it's going to store that information going forward. So I don't have to keep adding my friends every single time. The location data, which I'm assuming they're getting by tracking GPS trackers, is going to change regularly. So that is the information that will be regularly updated on here. Now we move along to the last one, which is the kids movie recommender. I love movies. So select your favorite movie. Let's hit run and let's see what they have right here. Oh my goodness, so many ones to choose from. I'm going to stick with Star Wars right here. What am I in the mood for? Oh, I love me a comedy. So I'll go with that one. And do I want an animated movie? I'm going to say no. What should I watch? They say The Muppet Movie. I've actually seen that. It's not a bad movie. So this is right over here. It has input, favorite genre, favorite movie. So in terms of this stuff, you can imagine it could go back and forth with what changes, right? My favorite movie, in theory, shouldn't change that often. But the genre that I may want to watch might change depending on my mood, what I'm into right there. And same thing with an animated movie. Maybe some days I'm into it and some days I'm not. So maybe we want to store this, but not the other two. But keep in mind that the input is what I gave in. The output is what they gave back to me. The processing is if they want an animated movie, then choose from the animated movies. Otherwise, we'll choose from the live action movies. And then they match that genre with the movie of that genre right there. So there's matching going on right over here. And then there's the if-then processing going on. So if you were to create your own app, I want you to think about which of these things you're going to include. What if-then statements? What kind of input do we have? What kind of output they're going to give? And do we need to store it or not? As we move along right over here, there's going to be a final video that you're going to be watching on your own. And it's going to talk about these things that we were just mentioning: input, output, storage, and processing.